There's nothing wrong with wanting a car or wanting to fly first class or wanting to travel somewhere, but ask yourself why, get deeper on the feeling, and you can use that to visualize and get your body in that space. This is going to be really helpful for you to boost your confidence, increase motivation, keep you focused, and even reduce anxiety if you're feeling a little bit disconnected from yourself, which can cause anxiety. We are going to be talking about ways to strengthen your mind-body connection to better tap into you and your confidence. So when I'm saying mind-body connection, I'm not going to give you like a full-on, you can Google the definition, but what I'm speaking towards is healing the severance that had been created between your mind and your body. I've talked to you guys before about my own experience when I was dealing with healing my relationship with my body. I went through a period in the body positivity world where it was almost like I felt like I had to disconnect from my body completely. Like that was the solution. Like, okay, if you hate your body, you are not your body. So just break up with it, basically. And I'm sure that could have been an interpretation for me, but the way that came through was it created a huge disconnect between me and my body, my mind, my head and my heart, my head and my body. And that made it really hard for me to make aligned decisions, to trust my gut, as they say. You know, the term trust my gut is there for a reason. It's because our body knows deep down. We have this beautiful intuition, this beautiful ability to lean into what feels right. But a lot of experiences and a lot of things have created a disconnect that has broken that trust between mind and body. And so I want to give you some tangible things today that will help you strengthen that mind-body connection, whether you already feel great and you're 110% feel like you have a great mind-body connection, or you have no idea what I'm talking about. You will still benefit from this episode because it's going to help you tap more into yourself and who you are in that alignment. And it's also going to help you tap into your confidence, which ultimately is fully being yourself. When I think of you tapping into your confidence, I'm thinking of you fully showing up as yourself unapologetically. And that's my goal here for you. Okay, so number one, big one for me has been mindful breathing. This is basically taking time to slow down and really take in your breath and feel yourself inhaling through your nose. Your eyes can be closed, and then exhaling through your mouth. You can do something like box breathing, where you're inhaling for 4 count, holding at the top for 4, releasing through your mouth for 4, and holding at the bottom for 4, and then continuing to increase those seconds. Box breathing is a good form of mindful breathing. I mean, I know people have Apple Watches where it tells them to do like a mindfulness break. That's a great form of mindful breathing. So don't make it complicated. I've talked about breath work here, and Tatiana Kuto came and spoke on this. Rachel Gibbler, my friend, has done breath work with me. I'm a huge fan of breath work. I think it's very powerful, but you don't need to make it complicated. Don't think that like, oh, I can't do this unless I sit down for a 30-minute breath work session. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, go listen to Tatiana's episode. Mindful breathing can just be simply slowing down and being present with you and your breath. By doing that, you're connecting with your body. Think about it. If you put your hand on your heart as you breathe in, you feel your chest rise, you feel your heart beating, you feel your lungs expanding, and then as you exhale, you feel your muscles relax, your face relax. You deepen into that relaxation in your body, and that can help you reduce stress, calm your mind, and improve your focus just from slowing down to take a breath. And as someone who's, filled with anxiety, decent amount of time, it's gotten a lot better, but when someone tells you, well, you just need to breathe, it's the most triggering, so annoying thing for someone without anxiety to talk to you and be like, you just need to breathe. And you're like, that's not necessarily the problem. A panic attack is sometimes forced breathing that just like happens involuntarily. So it's not always that, but you can find power in your breath. And I found with breath work, it was a way for me to heal from feeling out of control when it came to panic attacks. And then mindful breathing really helped me come back to that and helped me reconnect with my body when I felt out of control from my body. So that mind-body connection felt almost polar opposite. Like they were so disconnected. My body and mind were so struggling to communicate. Another one that is really, really beautiful is yoga. Yoga is not only having you move your body physically, but it helps you focus on your breath, helps you focus on meditation and your overall well-being. I think it's a great way to check in with your body because it's usually not like super fast-paced. It's usually very slow. You're able to focus on flexibility, strength, balance, and find one that suits your needs and what feels best for you. If the thought of doing a 30-minute yoga class in public is stressing you out, you can try other yoga classes online, on YouTube. There's so many out there, and you can start slow. You can also just start with stretching. If yoga intimidates you because of the term yoga, first of all, don't get intimidated. Start with just setting a timer and playing a song and just stretching. And while you're stretching, speaking and breathing into the parts of the body that you're stretching, and that can help you connect with your mind and body. So you're speaking into your body as you're doing this. If you're not signed up for the Feel Good Naked Challenge, you need to sign up. And once you sign up, you'll find out that day one of your challenge is going to be naked yoga. And this could be a really good opportunity for you to heal that mind-body connection and strengthen it. And it's going to help you slowly tap more into that alignment with yourself and alignment with your confidence. So definitely recommend doing that if you haven't already. I'll put the link in the show notes. Once again, go ahead and do it now. And another one that really helps with your mind-body connection is visualization. I'm going to give like a really random visualization example to you that you wouldn't think of. So sometimes when I say visualization, people think, okay, that's just like manifestation. That's woo-woo. Why are people always telling me to just visualize things? Well, there's power to that. But for those of you who are my doubting Thomases, I love using that term because my husband is Thomas and he is the one that's always checking in with our logic. But let's talk about how things really work. There have been studies with visualization in athletes, and when they're visualizing themselves doing the different exercise, doing the movements correctly and perfectly and hitting that new height or reaching that goal or making that basket, they are more successful in reality of like the actual competition, the meet, the whatever it is. And so we've done that. I remember doing a visualization. They literally had us close our eyes and we like went through the motions of doing it. It was really wild, but basically picturing it before you're doing it, because sometimes we psych ourselves up, and sports is a good example of this, but in life we psych ourselves up and we say we want certain things in our life, but then we don't even allow ourselves to picture what that could look like. And so you need to literally feel the sensation of having those things, or the feelings that come from having those things that you desire in your life, and tap into that and allow your body to start to feel those emotions, allow your body to start to feel what that would feel like, and find ways to do that. So with my clients in BCB, with the universe, I have them do a visualization of their highest self, and then we tap into an area. This is a very quick version of it, but we tap into an area of like where they met their highest self, and we describe it. And so sometimes they're describing like a specific home. Sometimes they're describing like, I was at this dock at this lake. I was on the beach. I was in the mountains. Like I was floating in the water, whatever. There's a lot of different views of where they were when they met with their highest self. And so what we do is I challenge them to, how can we create that in your current reality in the present so that you can allow yourself to tap into those highest self feelings? And so we're like, okay, let's book a trip to the beach, or let's get outside. If you felt the sun on your face when you were having this conversation with your highest self or visualizing yourself get there, or if you have this picture of one day owning a beach house or owning a lake house, maybe you drive to the lake if you can, do on a weekend trip, or if you live near a lake like I do, you could literally drive through the neighborhoods and look through and visualize which house would you have, or maybe use Pinterest as a good option if you're not able to actually get there, and have the visualization. So all of that allows your brain, not only are you putting something on a vision board, but then you allow yourself to get into a meditative state and actually visualize what that looks like in your life. And then not only what it looks like, but how does it feel in your body to have those things. And a lot of times there's a feeling that you are desiring more than the thing. So yes, the thing is a thing that you are allowed to desire. There's nothing wrong with wanting a car or wanting to fly first class or wanting to travel somewhere, but ask yourself why, get deeper on the feeling, and you can use that to visualize and get your body in that space. This is going to be really helpful for you to boost your confidence, increase motivation, keep you focused, and even reduce anxiety if you're feeling a little bit disconnected from yourself, which can cause anxiety. Another one that's huge, the last two kind of go together, so I'll work with them, but the first thing is a body scan. Body scan meditation. You can Google that. I'll actually try and do one for y'all, a mindfulness exercise. Maybe I'll create a podcast. If you guys want that, let me know and I'll do that maybe in the next episode or something. But a body scan is taking time to basically check in with yourself. And it's not just like, hey self, how you doing? It's actually going into your body and checking in each part of your body. Where am I holding tension? I'm laying down, I'm going through and scanning different parts of my body. Do I feel tension? Is there warmth? Is there pain? Is there relaxation? You literally go through every single part until you allow it to start to release some of that tension. And that can be really good for a lot of reasons. If your mind is running and you're thinking about a lot of other things, it can slow down your mind that's running away with you. And then it can also help you become more aware of your body, reduce tension and stress, and then just improve your overall well-being. When you feel more present in your body, it helps you not feel as disconnected from self. And when you're feeling less disconnected from self, I find that it helps me not feel as anxious. It makes some of the feelings not feel as heavy, if that makes sense. If you're disconnected from your body, some of the smallest things that kind of set you off can really bring you down. But if you're able to reconnect with your body, it doesn't feel as heavy to carry. I hope that makes sense how I'm saying that, but that's what I'm trying to say with a body scan. And then finally, you guys have maybe seen me jumping and walking out on the ground barefoot like a crazy person. It's not crazy. There is actually science behind it. So I wanted to pull up some of the science because some people are like, why do you want to walk around barefoot? Like, that's crazy. Don't do that. Well, it feels amazing, and I highly recommend getting out in nature in general. But let's say you live in the city, find a patch of grass and stand in it, sit in it, walk through it, go through a park, take off your shoes. Obviously be careful, but there have been years of research about this. So it has shown that connecting to the earth, and so your skin actually connecting with the earth, your feet, your body, that allows you to tap into the earth's energy. And so whenever you're walking barefoot on the grass or sand, think about when you feel really connected and really like energized. Walking on the beach. A lot of people are never barefoot unless they're walking on the beach, unless they're a shoebie and then they're wearing shoes. If you guys get that reference, please let me know. That can really help with inflammation. It can help with fatigue, and it can help with anxiety. It is wild. And this is from my own experience as well as other studies that have been done. And it's called earthing or grounding. So either one, they're interchangeable terms. But if you're like, okay, I don't understand it, how does that work? Let me give you like the sciencey things, and then I'll tell you how it makes me feel. So your skin, when it touches the earth, so let's just say bare feet. So when your feet touch the earth, your body is made up of mainly water, and the free electrons of the earth are literally taken into the body. Again, sounds crazy, but stop trying to separate woo-woo and science. They are one and the same, okay? The electrons, aka nature's biggest antioxidants, help neutralize damaging excess free radicals in the body that can lead to disease, inflammation, like I was talking about earlier. And the earth is helping to conduct these free electrons. And so because of who we are as living beings, we're able to absorb this. And so we can literally absorb the energy around us. And that's why it's really important to recognize that we can absorb this energy in a positive way through the sun, through the earth. And I would say that your feet are going to be the most conducive place for it to flow through. So that's why I highly recommend just walking around barefoot. But if you want to just sit barefoot, that can be helpful too. By tapping into the earth, it's going to help you feel more grounded. No pun intended. You are literally going to feel more grounded. And what I mean by that is if you're feeling anxious and you have this flighty energy feeling in you, that's like kind of how I feel with anxiety. It's almost like you can't take a full breath, right? It's like, I just don't even remember the last time I took a full breath, almost like you're clenching your jaw all the time, or you're just feeling like shortness of breath. If you take a few minutes to go outside and just put your feet in the earth, or go for a walk out in nature and hug a tree, I know it sounds crazy, go hug a tree, you will feel a change within your body. It's going to help slow things down. It's going to help slow down the racing mind. I'm not saying it's going to dissolve everything, but it's definitely going to help. It's going to make things feel less heavy in your life. And so I want to challenge you to do that. If you want to get real crazy, let's combine them. Let's do some yoga in the park. You can do it barefoot. And at the end of your yoga session, you can do a body scan and check in with yourself and go throughout your entire body. As soon as you scan through your body, you continue with some breathing. And then you can visualize the life that you're creating, all that you're wanting to bring into your life, and the feelings that you want to create and bring into your life. Look at that. We just took every single thing and wrapped it into one, because I'm all about habit stacking here. So try any one of those. Let me know what you think. I find that when I'm feeling disconnected from myself, I like to kind of check in and be like, hey, have you been outside today? How much time have you been looking at screens? Have you touched the earth today with your feet? Have you taken time to be out in nature? Have you drank enough water? Have you slowed down and checked in with your breath? And most of the answers would be no. And so I need to start there. You need to start there with the foundation in order to get grounded within yourself. Tap into you, your body, and your mind, and they can all work together. I hope this was a helpful one. If you're really resonating with all this, guess what? You absolutely need to be a part of the Feel Good Naked Challenge. If you haven't signed up for it yet, go ahead and sign up. The link is in the show notes. Right now, the link is jgofitlife.com/go naked. And yeah, you'll start the 30-day challenge with me. And every single day, you're going to be getting to do some fun things similar to this. Actually, a lot of these things are in there, and a little naked twist with every single one of them. So I appreciate you. If you're already doing the challenge, make sure you're tagging me and Confidently Uncomfortable. So @JGoFitLife and @Confidently Uncomfortable. And you can use the hashtag #FeelGoodNaked, and we're following that as well. So thank you guys so much for being here today. I really enjoyed this episode because I get to share a little bit about things I do in my own life. Go try it out. Let me know how it goes.